So far. Hope you're having a good day so far. Let's go ahead and switch over to our main screen. Got that set up. Kitty cat is not here, as we can see right now. I left him downstairs. He's hanging out with my wife. Playing a little bit. He seems to like whenever any of us are down there. I think he likes the hardwood floors for playing with his toys because they slide around a lot more when he bats them. So when we're down there, he often wants to be down there too. So maybe we might find something that like attracts him up here while I'm streaming. All right. So with that, the first thing I wanted to do was go through my Git notifications. So we have game crashes when a streamer wins. Okay, so this is. Yep. Wait, you think I fixed it? How did I fix it? Oh man, I have 3 errors. So this is gonna be. I need to fix those errors before I can test that I fixed it. Well, we'll find out this morning. Comment that. Okay, next up we have. Make the swords fall out of the arena instead of just disappearing. Mirclip, you're asking if you can work on it, and absolutely you can. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose you. And there you go. Absolutely no. I mean, it's more of like a thank you from my side. But also glad to help with it. Oh right, and this is the one that we merged. We did merge this in. I wonder. Usually it like even if it doesn't close it, it associates with it. But I guess we didn't like put the issue number inside of that pull request. So it didn't know it. But I'll go ahead and close the issue because we have done that. It's all good. And that's it. We're all caught up on our issues. So we're good to go there. Let's go ahead and switch back to this. Now, so last time, yesterday, I was so tired in the morning. I allowed myself to get so off track. And therefore we streamed long. We didn't get anything working. It was kind of a mess. I am less tired today, but still not on like 100%. 8 hours of sleep. Like I normally try to like go to bed by 10, so I can wake up by 6 with like enough sleep. I got to bed around 10:30 last night. Close, but not exactly. I think I need like this weekend, maybe Saturday. I'll like let myself sleep in a lot more than normal. Maybe Sunday too, before we do our Sunday stream. But anyways, the other thing is, previously I was spending Fridays doing the Exploration Fridays. We're getting so close to getting done with this game that I want to just like focus on this, get it done, and then I'm gonna like focus on each of the other projects to get them done as well. Sort of like one at a time then. So I can spend like my mornings working on them, Fridays working on them, Sundays working on them. I think that will like help me get more done as opposed to just doing more. Okay, so the big thing was here in credits we had we wanted to go out to a file to the streamer wins messages here. We want to load this in and have multiple lines here. So we can have hi, one, and like, booyah, whatever we feel like we can throw into here. Then, instead of credits, when we first start a new credit, we want to load up all of these messages. Choose one of them. Which we can do with this choose. And then well, I guess we'll have a default in case like you can't find the file. But basically, choose one of these messages. And then we go from there. Okay, so we're trying to figure out like this thing where we can choose one of the messages. What are you yelling at us about? Type mismatch. Right, so we were getting these load messages, and we ended with our option, like our type, our return type is not okay with us. So let's think about this now. So we have get resource. And then what this is doing is it's getting the file. So it opens a file from the resources folder, takes in path for convenience, but also a stir can be used. And this returns an option file. So if it can't find a file, if there's an error, for example, it returns none. Otherwise, it returns a file itself. Okay, that's pretty nice. And that comes back to here. Then we have load messages. So what we want to have happen here is we can go ahead and create some documentation for this. So sort of like really think about what we need. We want to, well, initially we want to return the iterator of all the messages. But that seemed like the return type seems really difficult for us. To return that iterator. You think we can fix it with a box? Possibly, yeah, right? Because then we can use a dyn. Let me see exactly what you're yelling at. Type mismatch. FN1s. Okay, so it's basically saying what I'm returning isn't what I'm trying to return. Oh, return a map iterator, which is user using a closure in Rust. The problem is the closure. I agree with that. Link location. The problem is the closure. Yeah. Can I say what the closure is returning? The trick is not to box the closure, but the iterator as a whole. Oh, really? Okay, so we're gonna box iterator. Item equals U8. Oh, with a lifetime. Well, they're using lifetime, I think, because a reference. I shouldn't need to use a lifetime like that. Okay, so they're boxing up iter.map. Okay, so they're we're essentially boxing this entire thing up. That would be this. Box new. Like that. Now, if we take a look at what we're returning, is this telling us what type we want to return? I don't see box in here. Just that's a bit interesting. But okay, then here we're gonna box. Iterator. Item equals whatever the item is. So we want to start over this. We're gonna turn an option. Instead of the option, it's gonna be a box. Inside the box is going to be an iterator. inside the box. The item is a string. Yeah, that makes sense because I think we are returning a string. Yeah, that makes sense. Iterator. Returning a string. And then inside that, we're gonna have. And inside that, we're gonna item equals string. Item equals. Save that. Oh, okay. We've got a warning, but not an error. Okay. Trade objects without an explicit dying are deprecated. Okay. So can I? Okay. So can I? String is not a trait. String is not a trait. Iterator is a trait. Okay, so can I do this? Dine. Iterator is a trait. Okay, so can I do this? Dine. Iterator. Okay, yeah. So dine iterator. That makes it happy. Yeah. So no errors anymore. That makes it happy. So then if we go back to. So then if we go back to. We go back to credits. We're gonna get some messages out of here. So that's that. We're gonna get some messages out of here. It's basically our lines. There we go. The iterator of the lines. It's basically our lines. We then run choose. If we then run choose doesn't work. Then we unwrap. Choose doesn't work and get some defaults out of here. Okay, so if I do that, get some defaults out of here. Okay, so if I do that, then get the streamer run message, and it should just work on its own. Let's test this. It should just work. Let's see if it works. Let's test this. Let's see if it works. Cargo run, please. Cargo run, please. Okay, so we got hi. That was one of the messages. That was one of the messages. Now, so I quit the game, but unfortunately it didn't. So I quit the game, this. But so if I send another test message, so if I send it crashes out. So it hasn't been fixed yet. So it hasn't been fixed yet. Okay, so comment on that. Okay, so all right. Continuing like back to this. Let's go ahead and change one of these messages. Let's go ahead and change one of these messages. Maybe it'll be like either I won or booyah. Maybe it'll be like either I won or. And I want to see whether or not it's like choosing, like it could ever choose booyah. Choosing, like it could ever choose booyah. When the timer ended, it didn't crash. When the timer ended, it didn't crash. Oh. Hold on. I misread this one. I was mistaking this one with... I was mistaking this one with... This one. Oh, you're right. You're right. It is working. Okay. You're right. You're right. It is working. Okay. I mistook this issue for number. This issue for number. Number 3. You are correct. Your clamp. This issue has been fixed. This issue has been fixed. So we will go ahead and close with comment. So we will go ahead and close with comment. All right, we're getting closer and closer to our release. All right, so yeah, thank you for reminding me of that. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. All right, so let's go ahead and rerun this. All right, so let's go ahead and rerun this. There you go. So we got the second one, which means it can be the first one, or the second one, or any number of them. That's perfect. Or the second one, or any number. Okay, so perfect. What does that mean to us? We get to continue on with the credits. That was for us to find, for us to have like a list of these messages. So we could have like a bunch of snarky messages in here. So something like a bunch of snarky messages in here. Too bad you couldn't hit me. I'm just too good. I don't know. I'll have to be more creative later to like come up with a list of them. Okay. Now the other thing is like we're having to repeat this twice. Because first of all, if it's this sum, if there is none, and then finally there's this unwrap or, so that way if for some reason we're unable to unwrap from the choose, we want the default of this. I'm thinking I want to create just a default here. So default streamer win message. This can be a stir. I don't know if I need the static with it. Can I just do that? I know I can't do string. Do I not have to do string? I don't think I can do string. Because it doesn't know what the size is at compile time. So I can't do something like string from and just say streamer one. I don't think that works. Because yeah, calls are limited. Okay, so I can't do that here. Maybe what I can do is like a stir. No, because the size cannot be known. And you can't do this. Okay, I can do that. That works. So then in here, wherever I have the streamer one, I can replace you with default streamer win message .toOwned. So convert it over at this point. And that way we don't have any magic strings in here. Either. So I can also get put this into a function itself, just to abstract it out just a tiny bit. So inside of credits here, probably. We'll do a function get random message, and this is only if the streamer won. So this is get random message. We're gonna return a string. And okay, so we can take this entire thing and copy it down. And let's take a look at what we're doing here. So if let sum, we can probably have this auto return at this point because it's going to be definitely a string coming out of here. We need RNG. We're not using RNG very often, so I can maybe just pull this down. Like that. And then this is going to be a self. Get random message. All right, so this is a streamer one message. Now the random message here, basically this streamer win basically streamer wins messages. Streamer wins messages. We can replace this. We can replace this. Have like the file, like the resource file name. Have like the file like the resource name. File name. To do file name is a stir. Is a stir. Cut you out and replace you with the file name. Cut you out and replace you with which means I can come up to here and we're going to pass you in which means I can come up to here and we're going to pass messages.txt directly. Streamer wins messages.txt. So then this could be like maybe the snarky message. So then this is what we can change this to. Snarky message. Snarky is what we can change this to. Message. And what that really means to us is we can have like a file name. And what that really means to us is we can have file name. So equals file name. So if let's see. What is it? It's going to be our if running state. What is it? It's going to be so if running state player 1 if that's equal to player 1 running state. If that's equal to running state. Then I want to return this string. I want to return this string. Otherwise, I want to return another string. So we're going to create another one here. Another string. So we're going to create. So we have these streamer wins messages.txt. So we have these streamer wins messages.txt. Let's come up here and like chat wins messages.txt. Messages.txt. And this was like another suggestion that I don't think I encapsulated into an issue, but basically like you all can have some snarky comments too, and then maybe we'll just like choose a random one from this. But you died so quickly. Sad face. If any of you have any other snarky messages, let me know and I'll be happy. If any of you have any other snarky messages, let me know. So then in here we can now have chat wins messages.txt. Save that. You need to become an else. Oh, partial equal is missing for this, but we can fix that. So if we go to running state, we can fix that. So if we go to running state, we can also partial equal. Right, I keep on forgetting the matches macro. Right. Oh man, that is not set up for me yet. That is not. So give me a second. Set up for me yet. Oh, and also I see that you gave me another link. Oh, and also we'll take a look at this in a second. You gave me another link. Okay, so let's try. We have this matches here. Okay, so this is a boolean. So if I copy you, that's the reason why I didn't need to do it before. If matches running state and running state chat 1, if matches running state and running state chat 1, chat win. This is the player 1. Then streamer wins messages. Otherwise, the chat wins messages. Then streamer wins messages. I don't need you anymore. Essentially. So we get our snarky message now, and we pass it in this appropriate file name. Then we create all the credits. So that's going to be it's going to be this here. Okay, then all credits push. The game over text. So I think game over text is literally just the word game over. Then we're going to start with the snarky message. So we don't even need this if chat did win here. We're just going to say, okay, create the credit, give it context, the screen size, And in here, this is going to be the snarky message. We scale the font up by quite a bit. And we then say this is the first credit, and then we go from there. Okay, so if I run this now, and then we go from there. Okay, so depending upon whether or not I win or you win, so we can actually play this for. Oh no, I can't. So we can actually play this for. Oh no, I can't. I'm just too good. Okay, so that's if I turn this back into a normal time. Like 120 again. Then we can now play the game, and if I die, let's go ahead and get me killed. If I die, let's go ahead and get me killed. Snake. Oh man, that hit me twice because my iframes aren't quite enough, so it hit me on the way down, and then it hit me the rest. But he died so quickly. Oh, nice. Perfect. Okay, so if I did that, what I want to do is I want to add in into main here. One more thing. Let's add a text. I want what snarky comment would you like to? Oh wait, you know what? It should be a one of these. One of these. How do I manage rewards? There we go. Rewards and challenges. Okay, so add new custom reward, which is suggest snarky sort of like end message. Snarky credit. When either streamer go ahead and move this over here. Okay, so when either the streamer or the chatters win, we have suggest a snarky comment to display after the streamer or chat wins. Chat versus streamer game. Require you to enter text. We'll just say it costs like 100, which is not very much. I don't have any logos for this right now. Background, that's fine. I think this is all fine. There, so create. That means that now you should be able to suggest a snarky comment. And I think it shows up now in my activity feed, which should be a little bit easier for me to see. Back to Stream Manager. Oh, that's lovely. It reset the chat, but I have that here. I have that here. Unfortunately, I have it on my iPad. I have it on my iPad. Oh, I have it over here too. Hold on. Oh, I have it over here too. Hold on. Copy. Paste you. There. Now I can get at you. How can you tell if it's for the chat wins or the streamer wins? How can you tell if it's for the chat wins or the streamer wins? That's a good question. I was like in my mind, I guess I was thinking like, won't it be obvious if it was like, but I suppose it's not, right? Because we could have a message that's equally snarky for either. Maybe I get to choose. Maybe I get to choose. But it's a good idea. I should probably. Maybe I should create two. One for streamer winning and one for player winning. Let me go ahead and edit these again. Let me go ahead and edit these again. I think it's community channel points manage. Community channel points manage. Suggest snarky comment. Suggest snarky comment when chat wins. When chat wins. So just snarky comment to display after the chat. Snarky comment to display after wins the chat for a streamer game. So I'm gonna copy this. Wins the chat for a streamer game. So I'm gonna copy this. Add new custom reward. Save. Add new custom reward. Suggest. Oh, this will be. What did I name the other one? This will be. Oh, suggest snarky comment when chat wins. So this will be. Oh, suggest snarky comment when chat wins. So this will be. Suggest snarky comment. Suggest snarky streamer wins. When streamer wins. Then so when the streamer. Wins the chat versus streamer game, and we'll just make this a good 100, and that'll be the same everything else. Okay, great, perfect. So now there's two of them. Okay, great, perfect. So now there's two of them. All right. Back to here. Okay, so. Take a look at this. How do I turn a filter iterator from a function? How do I turn a filter iterator from a function? So what were you suggesting? You were suggesting that.
Hey, Dad.
We don't have to use a box, huh?
Nice to meet you.
We don't have to use a box, huh?
Oh, yes, please.
Homemade jam. It's really challenging to be.
We just return impl iterator. And equals this. We tried that and we got a warning, right? Oh, we did. Mirclamp, you did a PR. Let's go ahead and take a look. Mirclamp, you did a PR. Let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, you already fixed it. Perfect. Oh, you already fixed it. Perfect. Yeah, so get the lives left, so you're now. Wait, I was just literally returning 0 every time? Okay. Now we okay. The item you did was put option string instead of string. Well, here I'll do this first. Good night. Okay, so if location.y plus location.x is greater than screen size.1 location.y equals screen size. Okay, so location.y equals. We have now replacing this little bit with an if-let sort system. Okay, so far if we get lives left and we're greater than 1, then we do our bouncing. Elsewise, we allow ourselves to fall off. I am curious whether or not. Oh, okay. And else if location at y is greater than screen size 1. Okay, so then hit with that. Yeah, I'm curious to see how this is going to work. I don't want to fully merge it in right now because I want to actually run it with those changes. just sort of see. Run it with those changes. Just sort of see. The item he did was put option string instead of string. All right, so let's come back to utilities here. All right, so we have an option. So we have an option. Well, I think this is kind of what we're seeing, right? We have return impl iterator item equals string. Return impl iterator. So item equals string. If we do like impl iterator item equals string, like impl iterator item equals string, and then we don't box you up. Yeah, okay, that works. Yeah, okay. Perfect. That works. And no errors, so we should be able to compile it and run it. No errors, so we should be able to compile it and run it. Oh, perfect. Excellent. Oh, which means excellent. Oh, remove the box new. Yeah, I shouldn't be creating a box. Why isn't that yelling at me? Yeah, I shouldn't be creating a box. Is it just dereffing it out of the box automatically? I'm actually kind of surprised it allowed me to do that. Okay, so let's do that. We're still okay. All right, let's go ahead and fire two. Hey, everything still works exactly. So perfect. Okay, so back to credits. What I want to do here is we have the snarky credit come in. Then we're gonna want to maybe do like with help from, or like we want those who hit me, and then those who participated. So what we can do is we can create another credit here. So that will then be self create credits. We'll have the context, the screen size. So the title is this snarky message. So if I replace this now is going to be with help from. Or maybe like not help from, but like was hit by chatters who hit too slow. Oh, that's perfect. Chatters who hit. Font scale. If I do a none, we'll see. Font scale. Let's actually give it a sum and like maybe like a 75. And then a credit number, you're going to be 1. And then mute all credits. And it's going to pass that in. Okay, so we've got you. Let's go ahead and this is when chat wins. So chat wins messages, but he died so quickly, and this is now too slow. How did I add a tab? All right, got it. Okay, so with that being done, we should now see that title pop up. Let's go ahead and try it. Let's go ahead and end the game quickly. Oh, that was Oh, I remember what we're doing now. The credit number 1 is used to multiply this. So this font scale is maybe a little bit too big. Unless we want to use the font scale. I think we can't really do font scale to that big. Let's do like 75.0.
Font scale to that big. Let's do
And
like
this one can be
75.0.
maybe.
And this one can be maybe.
We can do a none, and I think that makes it 50.
We can do a none, and I think that makes it 50.
Whatever the default one is. All right, let's try this again.
Whatever the default one is. All right, let's try this again.
I'll throw in a fire there. Too slow chatters who hit. Okay, so
too slow
that's
chatters who hit. Okay, so
still too.
That's still
not far enough down. Okay, so if we come here and if we look at create credit here,
so if we come here and if we look,
we're taking the Y and we're taking a 50 F32 and multiplying credit number as
50
this.
50 F32 and multiplying credit number as this.
I kind of feel that we really need to track.
I kind of feel that we're gonna
how
need,
far
we really
down
need to track
we've gone.
How far down,
and then sort of add the next thing to that.
And then sort of add the next thing to that.
So it's starting with like the bottom of the screen height.
It's starting with like the bottom of the screen
but
height.
in reality, Mirclip, gotta go. Goodbye. Have a great day. Oh, thanks so much for the pull request and also hanging out and helping out. That was super helpful. Hope that you have a great rest of your day. And I guess I'll see you next time.
And I guess I'll see you next time.
If I store like the previous screen height, then all I have to do is update that screen height. And
all I have to do is
go from
update
there.
that screen height, and then go from there.
Okay, so. What are ways that we can do that? That means I want to pass in the location, the Y location of where this credit starts.
Like the Y location of where this credit starts.
Nico VG French? No, I don't speak French.
French? No, I don't speak French.
I took lessons for Spanish in high school way back in the day, but not French.
Not French.
Let's see. Okay, so if I pass in the Y start.
Okay, so if I
I don't have access to self at this point in time.
So I don't have access to self.
What do I create? I am building a chat versus streamer game. It's in a working state right now, so let's go ahead and run it.
It's in a working state right now. So
the way this game works is I'm the player down here. I move around, I can jump. My job is to avoid all the things you're dropping unless you drop a heart. I have 3 lives, and I have this much time to survive. If the timer runs out, I win. Otherwise, if you hit me with any of these things, you all win.
With any of these things,
and all these things do different things as they drop.
All these things do different things as they drop.
With like I don't know, like it feels. The combination of 3 of them has a pretty good feeling to it.
The combination of 3 of them
stacking.
Has
good
a
morning.
pretty good feeling to it. Stacking. Good morning.
Or at least to me. We have the game set to run for 120 seconds.
We have the game set to run for 120
seconds.
And
And we finally got like stacking. I don't know if you were here for it, but we got the credit system
I don't know
working.
if you were here for
I mean, mostly. We have grabbing from the file for the snarky messages. That was
from the file for the snarky
That's
messages.
working now. And we have snarky messages now for
That's working
the
now.
chat winning
And we have snarky
and the
messages
player
now
winning.
for the chat winning and the player winning.
Oh, and if any of you check the stream.
Oh, and if any of you check the
rewards,
stream.
Is that what it is? The little rewards. You can now suggest a snarky comment to be added into the game.
Suggest a snarky comment to be added into the game.
Oh, you took off. Oh, right. You took off to watch that 5950X reveal yesterday. How was that?
5950X reveal yesterday. How was that?
I saw like a bunch of Slack messages in the various teams that I'm on, like talking about it, but I didn't actually pay attention to it. Because like I have a relatively new computer. It's been running the games that I want to run. Like I even accidentally ran a VR game and like I think StarCraft 2 at the same time. And it was fine. I like it. What no frame issues. So I think the computer is fine for what it is.
I think the computer is fine for what it is.
There's no need for me to like buy a new processor yet.
There's no need for me to like.
AMD has officially beat Intel in single-thread performance by a mile. I guess before it was like the Threadripper. That was killing them. And now it's like everything.
That was killing them. And
well,
now it's like
I mean, I can't say that I'm terribly surprised. Intel hasn't really been doing so hot recently.
Intel hasn't really been doing so hot.
So let's go ahead and let's create, I guess, not here and create credit.
And let's create, I guess,
what I want to do is I want to have, instead of new,
I want to have
a Y start. So let
a Y start. So let
credit Y credit Y equals and we're gonna start with maybe the halfway point. No, we want to start with screen height, and then it's going to increase by whatever these numbers are. So I'm gonna do screen height.
So I'm going to do
screen size dot one.
Screen size dot one.
We're going to want this to be mutable so it can change. I think an F32 is fine. And then I want to create credit here. I want to take in a reference. So it's very rare that you do a mutable reference to like to a number reference to like primitive like this.
To a number.
But we're going to do
primitive like this. But we're going to do
credit Y. Maybe this could just be Y. And you're going to be a mutable reference to an F32.
Mutable reference to an F32.
And so here we're going to say. Take whatever our Y is and increase it by this amount. So we're going to say Y plus equals, and I think I have to dereference this.
Plus equals.
By
I think I have to dereference this.
Whatever our height is. So we have our
height is.
Let's see.
So we have our. Let's see.
Yeah, we have our text size. So we can do.
Yeah, we have our
text size.
So we can do. Text size.
Dot. One is
dot
height.
One is
maybe
height.
Plus like some small buffer like 5.
Maybe plus like some small buffer like 5.
And that can be that. So that increases you.
And that can be that. So
that does work.
You.
No, it doesn't work. I want to dereference you.
No, it doesn't work.
Then I'll be able to do that. You need to be an F32.
You need to be an F32.
Then. Okay. Then our location here is just going to be the Y.
Our location here is
so
just
that should give me the appropriate.
So that should
the appropriate looking locations down, so it like adds the appropriate amount.
Down, so it like adds the appropriate amount.
I wonder if I want to give it like double whatever the height is.
Like double
that might be right.
Whatever the height
that might be
is.
best. So like if I just do this,
that might be best. So like if I just do this
times maybe 1.5. It's like 1.5 line height between there. That might be best.
1.5 line height.
Okay, so we got a bunch of errors here. So it takes 7 comments, so now we need to pass in a mutable reference to credit y.
A mutable reference to credit y.
When I create the credit here, we need to do exactly the same thing.
When I create the credit here, we need to do exactly the same thing.
And expected F32 found
and expected
mute
F32 found
where
mute
right
F32,
because you also are gonna be
because you also
dereference here.
Are gonna be a dereference here.
And there we go, that works. And so now
there we go, that works. And so now,
AMD has never beat Intel on single core performance since they both existed. I guess like I never really paid too much attention to the single core performances. I've always paid attention to like the multi-core performances because you know
the multi-core performances.
It's I guess like only until recently have I done like programming in cores that like actually care about performance. Like when you do web development, I didn't really care about performance that well because it's a browser. It's not that performant. And like Node.js is, I mean, it's fast, but also I'm not doing things that I really need to be that fast for. If that makes sense. If doing games like this and like compiling for the stream, that's actually a lot bigger of a deal for me. All right, let's go ahead and end this game. We'll do a fire 2 and drop right on my top of myself. There we go. And so now we get too slow. Chatters who hit. Right there.
We go. And
so
now we get
that's
too slow.
Perfect.
Now
now maybe
that's perfect.
Maybe I don't really want.
Now maybe I don't really want.
Let's actually add in.
Like
this 1.5. So we have the text size that has been scaled up. I wonder if like 1.5 isn't enough. It's like we take where the text is. We take whatever the white position is. We have to add in. We have to add in. Oh, the previous. The previous height. Oh, okay. So I probably want to start. This is what I really want to do. I want to start with Y. Just place it here. But then after we're done with it, I want to now increase Y by our text size. To get down to the bottom of it. And then one more. So this probably should be times 2. 0.0. And so if I do that, speaking of Rust compiling, can you do me a favor in next build? Can you do a clean build in Open Task Manager? I want to see how well it scales across cores for my next PC build. Yes. And I wonder, because like I'm doing incremental builds here. So that might be a little bit more. I wonder what the best way for me to get that. There we go. That now appears appropriate. So it's now like scaling down, and the next one we can just trust wherever it starts. Chicken Heed. Hello. What's the difference between text size and text scale? Hello, all the way from Littleton. I think there's a Littleton near me too. because like there's a Littleton in Colorado.
There's a Littleton
so
in,
are you?
In
I wonder if you're the Colorado Littleton, or
So
if it's a
are
different Littleton that
I
I'm
wonder
not.
if you're the Colorado Littleton or if it's a different Littleton.
But
that I'm
hello,
not
welcome.
aware of.
Okay, so what's the difference between
but
text
hello,
size
welcome.
and text
Okay, so what's the
scale?
difference between
So my
text
text
size
size
and
is
text
measuring the
scale?
size
So
of
my
the
text
text in
size is
pixels.
measuring
So I
the
get this
size
X
of
and
the
Y.
text in
So it's
pixels.
okay. You're in
So I
Colorado
get this
Littleton.
X and
Awesome.
Y.
Great to have
So
you here.
it's okay. You're in Colorado Littleton.
Good morning.
Awesome. Great to have you
Okay,
here.
so we have X and Y.
Good morning.
That is the
okay, so
width
we have
and the
X
height
and Y.
of the text
That
in
is the
pixels.
width and the height
Scale
of the text in
is
pixels.
I'm telling it like to scale up the
is,
text. So
I'm
right now I'm
telling
getting
it, like,
font
to scale
default,
up the
whatever
text.
that
So
is, which I
right
think
now
is
I'm
like
getting font
12.0,
default,
maybe
whatever
like
that is, which I think
10.0
is like
font.
maybe like
And then I'm
10.0
scaling it up
font.
by like 50
And
points.
then I'm scaling
Or 50%,
it up by
or-
like 50 points.
I don't think it's
or
50%. I think it's like 50 points.
I don't think it's 50%.
I'm not
I think
exactly
it's like
sure
50
what
points.
it is, but it's
I'm not
scaling
exactly
it
sure
up by a
what it
pretty
is,
significant
scaling it up
amount.
by a
But then I need to
significant
know like
amount.
what exactly, how high is that
But
text
then I need to
for
know,
positioning
Like, what exactly? How
purposes.
high is that text for positioning purposes?
I'm sure most states have the same names though, like Springfield. I
I'm
know,
Sure most states
I
have
know.
the same
There-
names though, like Springfield. I know.
Like there's a Paris
in
in Texas.
like there's a Paris
There
in
like
Texas.
you just say like a random city
there-
name,
like
and it's like, well,
just say, like, a
it's
random
you
city
didn't
name,
narrow it down too much
and
from
it's
what
like, well,
part of the world it's in.
You didn't narrow it down too much from what part of the world it's in.
New York. Well, New York is like fun because now we're talking
New York-
about state
well,
and city.
New York is like fun because now we're talking about state and city.
Which confuses a lot of people. All right, so with that being done,
All right, so
we now have
with that being done, we now have
let's see. We have our credit showing up. Okay, so we now have the title showing up.
Okay, so we
for
now have
the chatters who
title showing
hit.
up
And what this means
for
to me,
the chatters who hit.
oh, you're saying Paris,
what
New
this
York,
means to me-
right? Oh, right.
Oh, you're saying Paris,
Because
New York.
there's a
Right,
Paris
oh,
in
right.
multiple places.
Because there's a
In the
Paris
United
in
States.
multiple places. In the United States.
Yeah, it's so it's so
yeah,
fun.
it's so fun.
Okay,
Okay.
chatters who hit. So we have a list of hitting chatters.
So
I
we
believe
have a list.
if this is
of
being
hitting
populated
chatters,
correctly,
I
which
believe.
we haven't
If this is
tested
being
yet,
populated correctly,
then the
which
hitting
we haven't
chatters
tested
are
yet,
in here. So what I want to do
then
is
the
I want to
hitting
loop through the
chatters
hitting
are in
chatters.
here. So
Lord
what I wanna
Mist,
do is I want
hello.
to loop through the hitting chatters.
Um,
Lord Mist,
We
hello.
want to loop through the hitting chatters and then
want
create a
to loop
credit
through the
for
hitting
all of
chatters
them.
and then create a
And
credit
I don't
for
think
all
we
of
need this
them.
credit number anymore.
And I don't think we need this.
You
credit
were a
number
chicken.
You were a chicken.
Dyslexia. You were a police dispatcher for a city in
You were a
Colorado.
police
There is
dispatcher
the same
for a
city
city
name in
Colorado.
Florida. When people called us about something
There
that
is
was
the
going
same
on
city
the
name in
beach,
Florida.
I knew
When
they were
people called us
calling the
about
wrong
something that was
state.
going on
Oh
on the
no.
beach, I knew they were calling the wrong state. Oh no.
I wonder how often. Like, how often did that happen?
I wonder how often. Like, how often did that happen?
All right, so I don't need the credit number anymore.
All right, so I don't need the credit number
I don't
anymore.
think I'm using it in here.
I don't think
Yeah,
I'm
it's
using
not
it
being used in here anymore, so I can go ahead and remove
Yeah, it's not being used
you,
in here anymore, so I can
which
go ahead
means
and remove you.
I don't
which
need
means
don't need you.
I don't need
Don't need
you.
you.
Don't need you.
Okay, you should be fine again.
Okay, you should be
All
fine
right,
again.
so we want to loop through. So we're
Alright,
just gonna
so
do like
we
a
want to
normal
loop
loop first, then we can like
so we're just
for
gonna
each
do
it.
like
maybe.
a normal loop first, then we can like for each.
Actually, a
it,
for each should just be fine.
Actually,
do
a for
hitting
each should just be
character. Okay, so let's do
fine. Let's do
hitting characters.
Let's do
Put this into an
hitting
iter.
characters.
We can then
put this into
for
an iter.
each.
We can then.
We're gonna get a chatter.
We're gonna get a chatter.
This is in JavaScript. I don't need to do that. Okay.
This is in JavaScript.
So then
don't
for
need to do
these
that.
chatters, then I want to
Then
run
for these
this.
chatters,
So self
then I want to run
create
this.
credit.
So self
Okay, so we have our
create
context.
credit.
We have our screen
okay, so we have our
size.
context.
our title is the title is going to be the name of the chatter. So we're going to do chatter.name. And I think you're going to have to be a reference. And I think I have that as a string in there. Font scale we can do as a none. And all credits. So use all credits. So I think I already have them there. And then a mutable reference to credit Y. And then that should do it. And then so that's adding in here. So self create credit. Here, so I need a semicolon for you. And then I think I need a semicolon for you. What am I missing? I should actually look at the error. Expected a comma. Oh, a comma at the end of this. That should work. So now anybody who drops and hits me, I should get. They should now show up in that. So let's go ahead and start the game. Is Zilby in petting distance? Zilby was in petting distance for a second, so I'm gonna go. While this is running, I'm gonna go take a look, see if I can find Zilby. I should maybe create a stream reward to like really expensive one to go find Zilby. But in the meantime, we've got a Zilby now. All right, what did I miss? Did it need a reference? Oh, also, hello Utsby. Did it need a reference to the beach? There's a guy with no shirt doing something stupid. Are you in Florida by any chance? I hear some parts of Colorado get kind of Florida man like Colorado Springs. Yeah, I don't know. Colorado Springs. Oh, you want? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you want a plant. You want a plant. Here, have this. Here, have this. That's his new favorite toy. We've been doling out the toys for him so he doesn't get like super used to them all the time. Oh, that was not the best. Oh, don't fall off. Let's see. And we got pet the cat, so I did pet the cat. And we got pet the cat. Retroactively do that. I did pet the cat. Yes, Zilby was in petting distance. Peyton rules. Hello. You streamed this morning, right? How was your stream? All right, so we didn't actually test that because we didn't actually find out whether or not this ran. So let's go ahead and get a couple hits in here. Let's do a snake. Okay, and then I'll run in and. There we go. Look at that. Chatter's hit. Me. There we go. Lord Mist. Up,
Lord
and
Mist.
he's done.
Up, and he's
Not bad. Having a
done.
bit of an argument with Godot's signals
Not bad,
framework.
having a bit of an argument
Getting
with
close.
Godot's
Is there signals framework?
Getting close.
Similar
Is there
to
signals framework? Similar to
like a like the observer pattern.
like a an observer. Like
Doesn't
the
really make
observer
sense that it
pattern?
shows the same turtle twice. No, it doesn't make sense.
Doesn't really make sense that it shows the same
and I
turtle
think
twice. No, it doesn't make sense. And I think
that's where we want to.
I think that's where we.
I want to like. Okay, observer pattern-ish.
I want
Nice.
to like.
I like the observer
Okay,
pattern.
observer pattern.
I think
Nice.
that's like one of the more
I like
useful
the observer
ones.
pattern. I think that's like one of the more useful ones.
All right. So I think you're right, Lord Mist.
I think you're right, Lord Mist.
Okay, so that's everyone who hit.
Okay, so that's
And then I also want to store. So in library here.
I also want to store. So in library here.
We have everyone who hit. This is
everyone who hit.
hitting chatters.
Hitting
am I
chatters.
also doing teammates?
Am I also
Oh, I think
doing
teammates
teammates?
was.
Oh, I think teammates was.
Where am I adding that in? Let's
Where am I adding that?
expand
in?
everything and go find this. Okay, so we have
expand
teammates
everything
is
and go
empty
find
there.
Okay, so we have.
Okay, so this teammates
is
that
empty
contains
there.
push.
Okay, so this teammates that contains push.
This is okay. Every time you do a command, we push down to
every
teammates, so
time
we
you
can
do a
now
command,
do that.
We push down to teammates, so we can now do that.
Wait, what? Oh no! I totally
wait,
see that
what?
now. I think my green
no!
screen is configured wrong.
I
Parts of my
totally
face
see
are
that
getting
now.
kicked out.
I think
I
my green screen is
accidentally
configured
turned
wrong.
on
Parts of my
the
face are getting
main
kicked out.
room light. Let
accidentally
me go ahead and
turned
turn it
on
off. See if
the
that
main
improves it.
room light. Let me go ahead and turn it off. See if that improves it.
Hey, Zoe. Hey, Zoe. He's thinking about it.
He's thinking about it.
Is that better? Slightly, but not really.
Is that better?
Let's go ahead and fix
Slightly, but not really.
that. Really quickly.
Go ahead and fix that.
Filters, chroma key. Oh, you know what? I didn't open the windows to let in natural light.
You know what?
Sometimes
I
I
didn't
think that
open
that
the
helps a little bit.
windows to let in natural light. Sometimes I think that helps a little bit.
Oh, 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 oh. Nope, not that.
Nope, not that.
Oh, it's been so long since I've played with this.
Oh, it's been so long since I've played with this.
Hey.
Hey.
I think that's a little bit better.
I think that's a little bit better.
Do you want to come hang out with me? Or you want to get behind me?
Hang out with me? Or you want to get behind me?
All right. All right. Too much light is bad for programmers anyways.
Too much light is bad for programmers anyways.
Okay, cool. I've got Zilby
cool.
now.
I've got
turn this slightly.
I've got Zilby now
on top of my
turn
other
this slightly.
my laptop.
On top of
my other
my
laptop's
other-
keyboard.
My other laptop's keyboard.
And of course he's playing with his tail.
And of course he's playing with his tail.
All right. Oh, I don't have a
right.
quote add list yet. Maybe someday we'll do that where it can like add to a quote.
Maybe someday we'll do that where it can like add to a quote. But
I think I added. Let's see. I didn't see any other requests for adding those snarky comments.
Requests for for adding those snarky comments.
All right. Lord Mist, by the way, we did fix and we finished implementing the grabbing from file system, and we didn't do it in the worst way possible. So you'll be proud of me, I hope.
So you'll be proud of me, I hope.
I wonder if anyone makes cat beds that look like keyboards. I bet it exists. I mean, you just turn a key. The cat bed is your keyboard. It can't just be any keyboard. It has to be the one you're trying to use.
It can't just be any keyboard. It has to
That's
be
what we found out. You could just put like.
That's what we
I have this other keyboard here.
Just put like.
I do use it every once in a while. The cat's only interested when it's warm, or if I'm actively using it. All right, pair programming cat. That was not.
All right, pair programming cat. That was not.
Thank you for that, though.
Helpful. Thank you for that, though.
All right, so. What am I doing here?
What am I doing here?
What's going on? I got distracted by the cat. Okay, so right. So we have the winning players, and then I want all the teammates. So we want to pass in all the teammates, and then we'll probably want to like filter those out as the beginning of the credits. So this is going to be like a fairly heavy frame, but because it just happens once, and then we do the updates, and like we're creating
once, and then we do the updates.
It should be fairly cheap after that.
It should be fairly cheap after that.
So now I want to take in all of the teammates, which is going to be a reference to a vec of chatter. And then I want to do the same thing here. I want to for each this. Can I see your debugger? Infinite star code. I don't use a debugger. So I haven't like set up a debugger where I can like just go in and like put a breakpoint in. I know it exists, and a lot of people do that with VS Code. I just haven't done that. Launch.json entry. Yeah, so I don't have that set up. If I install the LLVM debugger, it'll automatically create a run config. Ooh. Is that an extension?
Ooh. Is that an extension?
Is that this one right here?
That
doesn't look right. No. I don't know which one that's supposed to be. 1 second, you'll link it? Okay, perfect. Thank you.
1 second, you'll link it? Okay,
all right,
perfect. Thank you.
Let's see if we can now get in. So we're going to do
let's see if we can now get
teammates.
in. So we're going to do the teammates.
So convert this into an iterator. Then we're going to for each this.
Convert this into an iterator.
Then we're going to get a chatter out of this. For the chatter, we want to now. Oh, come on. Create credit. So we give it the context, we give it the screen size, we give it a reference to the chatter name. For the font scale, we're going to give it a none, and for all credits, that's exactly right, and then a mute to credit Y. And that should be good there, and then semicolon. So now this should give us all the teammates, and so we want probably one more of these. With teammates. So then this should be everyone who participated. Yeah, speaking of LLVM, 1.47 is out, and one of the big things about 1.47 is it now uses a different version of LLVM if possible, which I think is super nice. So what is this? Name to copy link location Oh right, I need to pass in. Oh right, I need to pass in main library. Okay, where is this? I need main library. Also a reference to self dot teammates. No errors. We should be able to run this while this is running. We should be able to run. You mean they switched to the faster LVM leaker now? I think so. I only briefly looked at the or what was going on in there. Briefly looked at the. So let's go ahead. Or what was going on in there? Come over here. So let's take a look at this link you gave us. Over here. Take a look okay, so it's called Code LLDB. Okay, so it's called native debugger based on LLDB. Native debugger based on LLDB. So this is. So you know. Oh, it's LLDB. You know. Oh, it's LLDB. Here it is. From here it is. Yep, same one. Yep, same debugging. One. Okay, so ooh, it works for all of them. Ooh, it works for all of them. Rust language support. Nice. So if I install you, Rust language support. Nice. Apparently there's a bunch of stuff it needs to do behind the scenes. Apparently there's a bunch of stuff it needs to do behind the scenes. Infinite code. What happened? Oh no, infinite. We go take a look at the link you try to do and see if I should whitelist it. Take a look at the link you try to do and see if you can make your load messages much simpler. You can make your load. You did a play rustling. You did a play rustling. Okay. We were thinking so under spam protection links options. We were thinking so under spam protection links options. I have play rustling as a whitelist. I have play rustling as a whitelist. Why didn't you like that? Why didn't you like that? Like, I have it in here. Like, I have it in here. Do I need, like, commas in it? I don't understand. Like, commas in it? I don't understand. It didn't like that either. Huh. It didn't like that either. Okay, well, first of all... sorry about that. Sorry about that. I did not... wait. Which one? I did not... Wait. Oh, wait. Nightbot is so... Nightbot actually takes a little bit of time. You try to go to github.com. You try to go to github.com. That was yesterday's one that timed out for the other one. Okay, so to github.com, let me check to see if spam protection, options, spam protection. By the way, did the game finish? It did. By the way, did the game finish? And we didn't see it actually work. Let's go ahead and do this again. And we didn't see it actually work. Let's go ahead and do this again. Okay, so do I have... I don't have github.com. Okay, that's a problem. I don't have github.com. Okay, that's a problem. So, okay, github.com is now added to the whitelist. So that should work. Now added and then you were suggesting about VS Code claim D. And then you were suggesting about VS Code claim D. Oh, like to add that in for like this thing? Oh, like to add that in as let's go ahead and try running. Let's go ahead and try running. Try playing with this. Try playing with this. Let's see. Let's see. Let's do a couple that are out here. Let's do a couple that are out here. Fire. Okay, now will kill me. Okay, now fire 2. Kill me. Fire 2. So chatters who hit and with teammates. So chatters who hit and with teammates. Then that worked. All right, so I am running out of time.
All right, so
why don't we try the debugger? Yes, let's try two things. We're gonna do the debugger, and then also we got a request for showing the showing off like the recompiling thing. So debugger. Here's the debugger stuff. Here's the debugger stuff. LLDB. So cargo automata has been detected in its workspace. Would you like to generate lost configurations for its target? Yes. Would you like to generate lost configurations for its target? So it's gonna try to do all this stuff for me. So it's gonna try to do all this stuff. That's a fairly large. That's a fairly large. Okay. Okay. Then let's come back to here. Let's go to. I guess first we'll try running it. So I think I go to debug and I hit play. Code LLDB requires Python 3.5 or later, but it looks like it's not installed on this machine. Oh. I've got to install Python 3.5. Python 3.5. Okay. Okay, so we'll have to do that one later. Okay. Close. So we'll have to do that one later. Close to it. Close. We're close to it. All right, so that's that. All right, so that's now the other thing is, and I can't remember. Now the other thing is, yeah, I don't have Python installed on the Windows side. Yeah, I don't have Python. I can't remember. Like, I haven't needed it over here yet. I can't remember. Like, I haven't needed it. That's surprising because like there's so many things that need Python. That's surprising because like there's so many things. Oh, I wonder if anything like bundled Python like binary stuff. Oh, I wonder if anything like bundled. All right, the other thing we wanted to do is run. All right, the other thing we wanted to do is run. Using the task manager. Recompile using Rust. The task manager. So let's do the worst case scenario here. So let's do the worst case scenario here. I think what I can do is I can come into target. Release and delete that. Release and delete that. So what exactly do you want to see in here? Just the. So what exactly? You want to see it across the CPUs, right? You want to see it across the CPUs, right? If I open up per core. I'm trying to figure out how I would be able to see that. There's CPU. See that? There's CPU. See that? It's not telling me like in per process. I feel like. Oh, go to okay. Go to details. CPU, then right click on chart. Okay, so if I go CPU, then right click on chart. Okay, so if I go to. Wait a second. So, Firefox. So, CPU. Firefox. CPU. Or is it performance? Go to performance. Okay, there we go. Performance. Go to performance. Okay, there we go. Click the chart there. Oh, okay. Click graph summary there. Oh, okay. Graph summary. Should I change this to logical processors? What do you need here? Logical processors. What do you need here? Change the graph to logical processors. Okay. Ooh, there we go. To logical processors. Okay. Ooh, there we go. Are you gonna like bigger? I'll make you bigger. What are you gonna show? I'll make you bigger. What are you gonna show? Okay, nothing too terrible. All right, so
Nothing.
here's our processors.
Alright, so
now I'm running
here's our
OBS, so there is
now I'm running
clearly some
OBS,
not great
so
stuff
there
here
is
with that.
clearly
But if I
some
come
not
and I
great
do
stuff
a
here with
cargo
that. But if I
build
come and I do a cargo
release, I'm gonna then switch back over to that as quickly as possible so that you can see this.
Switch back over to
All
that
right,
as
ready?
quickly as
Here we
possible
go.
so that you can see this. All right, ready? Here we go.
It looks like every single core is getting pretty
every
peaked
single
here.
core is getting pretty.
Utilization is 100%.
Utilization is 100%.
It's scaling it pretty nicely. So if you have a ton of cores on your system, it's gonna work out really well.
On your system, it's gonna work out really well.
Okay, it's finally dropping off a little bit, but it's also reaching the end.
Okay, it's finally dropping off a little bit, but it's also reaching the end.
Looks like you're sold on a 5900 then.
Looks like you're sold
I'll
on
be
a
curious like what your
5900
compile
then.
times end up looking like,
I'll be
because
curious,
like
what your
I'm super
compile
happy. I
times
have the
end up
AMD
looking like,
Ryzen 9
because, I'm
12
super
core
happy. I have the AMD
with
Ryzen 9 12 core
and it's super
with,
super fast, as you can see. Like that
and
was
it's
taking us
super
minutes
fast, as you
before,
can see. Like
and it's
that
now
was taking us minutes
now much
before.
better.
And it's now
You only have 4
now much
cores, and it also runs pretty quick.
only have
Puck
4
speed is also
cores,
pretty
and it runs-
important, and
it also runs pretty
cache
quick.
is going to be
Puck
pretty
speed is also
important as it
pretty
like moves all the data
important,
back and
cache is
forth.
gonna be pretty important
Because
as
every
it,
time
like,
you get a
moves all
cache
the data
miss, that's
back and
going to be a
forth.
little bit of extra
'Cause
time.
every time you get a cache miss, that's going to be a little bit extra
Cool.
time.
With that, it's 8:30, which means it's time for me to head. Yesterday, where it went all the way to 9:30, was a not normal situation. However, that being said, we're really close. I'm not going to call this as done yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to our GitHub issue here. And I'm gonna say, okay, so the next thing is we have credits showing need to strip out duplicates, and then quit the game when the credits are done. Go ahead and comment that. Intel for the win. I don't know. I'm kind of sold on AMD after. This is my first AMD system, by the way. And I'm kind of sold on that. All of my other ones have been Intels in the past. But like for the same price, I feel like I'm getting more for the same price.
I feel like I'm getting more for my money.
That being said, like if the micro performances aren't really mattering, then it obviously won't matter
aren't really mattering
to either, and they won't like just get whatever you feel like. Okay, so we've got all of this stuff in here, and so what we have is okay, so this is still a work in progress. You know what I should do? I should unstage this. I need to create a branch off of here now that we're doing like open source things. So in here, this is going to be the credits. Credits, and then number. Number 2. To create you. Now I can add you in, and we're gonna say work in progress. Credits are showing. And so I think if I push that, Okay, so we've got that all pushed up. We should be happy there.
We've got that all pushed up.
With that, I'm going to go ahead and get on over to work. It is a huge meeting day for me.
It is a huge meeting day
You sort of
for
wish
me.
you can compile Rust with your GPU. Compiling with GPUs is a tricky business. I haven't really done like much of that kind of like cryptocurrency or other type of work that is like CUDA heavy. But I knew people who were using the Tesla GPUs, which are basically graphics card, if that makes sense. They were never meant to like display anything, but rather just for crunching data, like doing heavy stuff like that. And they're really like tough. Apparently the coding for that, like you have to change the style of coding you do quite heavily. Which is often why you don't see cross-compiling targets where you can just like choose GPU or CPU. Maybe that will change in the future. Like maybe we'll be able to like cross-compile or do something like that. But yeah, you have to write it in something else. Or you have to write it in a style that the GPU is happy with. And then you can compile with like CUDA or something like that. Anyways, that's all neither here nor there. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream today. It is past the time that I normally stop streaming, so I need to go to work. It's a new it's a sprint planning day for me, so I've got meetings to look forward to all day today. It's going to be fun. So I'm going to switch over to ending screen. Absolutely, like I'm glad to do the graph thing for that. That was cool. If any of you want to clip that, I don't know if anybody got like a clip of it. That might be a cool thing to sort of like just have a we can share that in Discord or something. That might be cool. Or I can like tweet it out for like, ooh, look what we can do. Look what's pretty awesome. Anyways, with all that, I hope that you all have a great rest of your day. I am planning on being back streaming-wise on Sunday. Not sure exactly what time in the morning, so you can follow me here on Twitch or on Twitter for when I start that. And with everything else, hope that you have a great rest of your day and a great Saturday. With that, see you next time. Bye.